As always, we represent Chicago. We represent for the Chicago Bulls. We see red and black. I didn't know he was gonna have on them colors tonight. This was not coordinated.
Gang,
So,
gang.
so this is working out perfectly for us tonight. This podcast, we doing it while the Minnesota Timberwolves are fighting for the next game to go up 3-2 against the San Antonio Spurs. Pivotal game right here because if you want to talk about the series being 2-2, that means it's all even and they starting over. This is a big game. San Antonio Spurs needs this game just as much as the Minnesota Timberwolves need it. And right now the score is 59-47 in the second quarter with 1 minute and 30 seconds to go in the half. This is Sports Punch with my host, Keith Too Tall. What's happening, Jack?
What's going on? I'm all good. Like you said, this is not coordinated. Was not planned, but
Not at
it's only
all.
right. I mean, we just had. I mean, might as well rip that red and it go with the reel that you made. So they tried to get my man some Mexican Jordans though.
They
They
tried to hit
tried
me with the Mexican mines. They gave me the jump mans too
the jump
in the
man
picture.
specifically the
They
knockout
really tried to do
sellers.
me bogus like that, bro.
They tried to give you the fusions
Man,
5, 6, and 7 in one.
bro, I wasn't going for that. When you said that, I went back and looked like, wait a minute. I told the prompt to give him a pair of the Jordan ones. And then they
They
turn
were-
around and give me the smack attacks, bro. Like, come on, man. How y'all gonna give me the smack attacks? I'm the one doing the prompts, man. They gave him a fresh, crispy pair. So I said, well, no, let me go back in here and tell him which ones I want. Because I didn't know if it would do it or not if I just told it which ones I wanted.
yeah.
And then I looked up, it was like, no, we got it for you. We'll give you the ones you want. Go ahead and take them. So boom, we got that. Ladies and gentlemen, today is a beautiful day. What Keith wanted happened. It happened for the Bulls in the NFL, not the NFL, in the NBA draft. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bulls will be getting the fourth pick in the draft. My only question is, will the guy that I like be there? Will it be the Banser or the guy that I was watching last year and I told Keith to pay attention to him? Will it be Caleb Wilson? Will he be around at that point in the draft? Do you think, question to you to start this off, do you think Carlos Boozer is going to number one pick? I don't think so.
Yeah, because Carlos Boozer, he got drafted like in 2003,
100 years ago, his
2012.
son, Cam Boozer.
I
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen.
was
I
like, you're right.
fluffed
I was like,
that
you was
one up.
right. I mean, you're right. He wasn't going to go number one, but now yeah, Cam most likely not going. Shout out to Moore's beer, Moore's alcohol, Moore's more.
More is good.
Mm-hmm. But
Don't
no,
drive, don't grab a Bex or Coors. Always come back home and grab you a pack of Moors. You dig me? It's a blessing to be refreshing. I just made that up. But anyway, keep on going.
you could be like old girl that got that $2 million from Dr. Pepper for singing they jingles and shit. You go ahead and make a jingle for
Hey,
Moore's.
hey man,
Hey,
they're the
Moore's,
homies, man. They're the
Moore's,
homies.
Moore's connect with my boy. You know, oh, give him a sponsorship deal, some endorsement deal, some a year supply of unlimited Moore's, or something. God damn.
Them the homies. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta represent for our people. Let me put that up there again. And it match it with my clothes. You know what I'm saying? So that's fresh to your family from Moors. Make sure you grab you one. You dig me? Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with Keith. Keith don't even be buying them though, man. He prefer them other people. Yeah, I know what I'll be talking about. I ain't got nothing to say, but what's going on, Keith? Tell what we doing right now? What we doing? What
Nah,
we
nah.
got going on
But
the pod?
back to your question, Cam not going one, I don't think. But I mean, I feel like he definitely out of all four of them the most NBA pro ready, like basketball wise. I feel like he got the strength, he got the skill to get that. If whoever drafted him 1 through 4 should be
Hmm.
satisfied. I mean, he a little slow feet, but not as slow as his father was. And he got to work on his jump shot a little bit, and free throw game, but the IQ is there, the game, the skills, the bags. Like, I mean, to me, honestly, I don't think the Duke team was that great without him. Like, his brother was obviously just okay, barely with or without him. So, and the other guys on the team really couldn't tell you the name like that. But I feel like without him, they wouldn't have went as far. They almost was in the national championship. It showed me that he could lead the team, and they don't always necessarily translate to the NBA. Where like I've seen players kill in the championship game or in the tournament and not do shit in the league. So, but I think he can be definitely a two, three, or four pick. If he falls to the Bulls, I'm happy with him. I'm cool. I feel like that he helps accelerates the rebuild, and then the number 15 pick. But Cam Boozer, I heard people don't fuck with him. Some people don't think he's good as everybody think he is. But he's one of the four players in this draft, top four, that you can't miss with this draft pick.
Mhm. I'm thinking because there are so many other guys that are athletic and can get up and down the court a little bit better than him, that those first 3 to 4 picks will easily go. You have to. So here's the thing. There's A Cup who is there. We got a guest trying to join in. A Cup will be there, right? The Banser will be there. Wilson will be there. Peterson will be there as well, right? And that his name Peterson. Peterson will
Yeah,
be there.
Darren
Lou, what's
Peterson.
going on, Groovy Lou? So Peterson
My
will be there
boy, my
as well. So
boy.
what's happening? So all those guys will be there ahead, well not ahead, but at the same time as Cam Boozer. So we won't know until we find out the night of. Keith, that's Lou. Lou, that's Keith.
What's
Welcome, Lou,
going
What's
to the
going
on?
podcast.
on?
This is the guest host on this episode. But yeah, so I don't think I don't know. I don't really think that dude gonna really I don't think he gonna go that within that fourth within those first 4 picks, bro. I think he might be
Who you
later on.
talking about?
But if they doing the combine, the NBA combine, if he shows some promise, ain't no telling motherfuckers might grab dude and be like, come on, we out of here. We'll take him. But who
Who you
looking
talking
for a
about?
guy? Cam?
Which
Who looking
player?
for a guy like Cam Boozer?
Oh yeah, Cam. I like Cam. Well, to me in this draft class, I feel like it's four superstars.
Hmm.
That's my personal opinion. I got Caleb, I got AJ, I got what's the boy name?
Darren
The guy
Peterson.
from Peterson, and the boy from Arkansas. A Cuff or
Yeah.
something, I believe his name is. But I think those four guys are legit superstar studs. I know a lot of people are talking about Cam Boozer. Be honest with you, I think he's gonna be a solid NBA player, but I don't really see superstar on him. You know what I mean? He may possibly be an all-star, but those other four guys, I see all-stars possibly. I'll at least say at least two of them probably are going to be superstars for sure. Out of those four guys,
Yeah.
So I mean,
The most
I
promising
like the
guys that
class.
look like superstars is the Banser and Caleb Wilson, but that's just if
Hmm.
you're looking at the package as far as the athleticism goes and them getting up and down the court. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, it's a lot of. I will say though, this draft class is a lot of promise in this draft class
Yeah,
coming out. I mean, it's one of the better ones that we done had in shoot, some years. So anxious to see what the boys do at number 4. We shot town. You know how we do it, but yeah, anxious to see. I just pray to God they don't get Cam Boozer because that's the Bulls. They'll do something like that.
It's a
We
fact. That's
grabbed Pat. Patrick Williams few years ago. That was one of them scratch your head. So it's like, you don't know
facts.
what you gonna get from them boys, but
What
we'll
about that
see.
other
Hopefully.
cat? What about the other cat, Wendell Carter? Didn't they draft him too?
Yeah, we did draft Wendell Carter.
so
Yeah, we sure did.
the
I mean,
thing.
we
No,
go
go ahead.
ahead. I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say like the last time we had two picks in the first round was when we had Wendell and Chandler Hutchison. So it was like one of those like when me and Matt was talking about the other day, like about this pickup of number 4. It's like will the Bulls front office and organization fuck this up or will they actually come through and because I said like it's made for them to be successful. Like with this draft, just let the draft board fall to you. whoever at 4, you get him. Like it could be either Wilson. I'm hoping, but the way his videos looking and like his if his combat gonna be pretty fire or he killed, then he definitely gonna rise either 2, 3, maybe number 1, depending on how
How you?
Washington feel.
Well, they said from because they doing the draft combines actually over in South Loop at the Wintrust Arena. So
Yeah,
all them guys they testing right now, So I mean, we'll see what the numbers look like. But I mean, I probably honestly with a guy like that. I mean, I'm not saying if it's like real bad. I mean, I would that would concern me. But if it's like okay. I wouldn't be too much concerned with it because of the film. You know what I'm saying? His
yeah,
film, I
yeah.
mean, shoot, his film to me
Great.
probably probably might be the best in this. I would say Wilson might have the best film. I would say him, AJ, and the boy Patterson. They film to me is like next level. When I pop that on, I'm like, oh yeah, them some guys right
Yeah,
there.
they
You know what
hoop.
I
They
mean?
hoop. And the only thing that happened with Caleb was that he got hurt during the course of the season with that thing. He broke his finger or his
Facts.
hand or whatever. So
Yeah,
outside of that, he good to go. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of him getting familiar with the basketball over again. But he has so much promise. And I remember saying it last year, like Keith, if I don't know if you heard of this kid, but for UNC, Caleb Wilson, he is cold, like 6'9", 6'10".
yeah.
Dude can hoop, man. And the other kid, I think who gonna end up staying, what's his name? Cohen Carr. He may stay at Michigan for another year because he really did.
Oh
He got a lot of
yeah.
bounce to
He
him and
got that bounce.
athleticism.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
got bounce
Yeah.
and athleticism, but he didn't really show a lot. At least to me, during the course of the season. Maybe he did, maybe I missed it, but as far as the season goes, I didn't really see much from him as far as his play and what he was actually worth coming into the draft because they're gonna be looking at that. They're gonna be going back reviewing that. They're gonna reviewing
100%.
your family, your mother, all that shit. So
But he kind of remind me like how he did this year in college. You know how Kyrie did them 10 games, and then when he went into the draft, he was the number one draft pick. It kind of like it's reminiscent of that, because he got injured this year. So we got a small sample size, but the sample size we got it was like, man, this is a dude. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like this is
yeah,
a
Yeah.
guy right here. So I mean, we'll see. I mean, he do got the little injury. I mean, I'm not gonna say he got injury history, but he recently just had that injury. But we'll see. I think he's gonna be a stud
that's
though
luck
for
of the
sure.
draw, bro. That's luck of the draw. That could have been anybody.
Anybody?
That could have
Yeah.
been
Facts.
anybody getting in.
True. True. Shit. Let's get number 4. The Clippers ended up getting the number 5 pick, and then like that actually knocked the Indiana Pacers are getting out the number 1 pick because they were supposed to like the whole point of them was like tanking this year so they can get a top 4 pick, but they ended up making a trade this year with the Clippers where they got Zubac, the center, that for
Mm,
for next this year and next year. But the condition was top 4 protected, so they could have got a top 4 pick had they jumped into the top 4. But since they didn't, it went to number 5 to the Clippers, so they got asked out, which is crazy. But they're getting Tyrese Halliburton back. Still got Siakam. They got Zubac now, I guess. So I'd rather it be the Bulls be top 4 than they goddamn Indiana Pacers. They be right back in the finals if they would have got a top 4 pick this year.
probably,
Yeah.
probably. And a guy they got over there that I like, man, Obi Toppin. I
Yeah,
like Obi Toppin.
OB. OB.
He a big athletic guy. He'll block shots. He'll hit threes, and he can fly up and down the court like a horse. You know what I'm saying? So I like dude.
He run the flow real nice.
Yeah,
He
he run the
definitely
floor
do.
really well. So I think with the addition of him coming back healthy would be a key thing for them. But fuck the Pacers. This is Chicago, bitch, and we run the Midwest, and we gonna always run the
Yes,
Midwest. If we don't do
sir.
well in this motherfucker, can't none of y'all do well. I don't know if people
Fact.
pay attention to that shit, but if we don't do well,
Fact.
then can't none of y'all do well.
None of
Fuck
ya.
Detroit too. Fuck Kate
Yes,
Cunningham.
sir.
but
Fuck Cleveland. Fuck James Harden. Oh, get money ass. Fuck Donovan Mitchell.
It's
Um,
Chicago.
right, Chicago,
Chicago.
bitch. Yeah. So what we got on tap, Key? What's happening?
we'll talk about the other playoff series that's going on. Last night the Lakers got swept 4-0 by OKC, your
Get
boys,
them bums
SGA.
out of there, Lou. Get them bums out of there,
Yeah.
Lou.
Hey,
Yeah, I do.
I'm a OKC rider though. Man, I like LeBron, but hey, I'm a ride with OKC at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? If anybody would have beat them, I would have been cool with LeBron doing it though. If it would have happened, but in all honest, I knew that I knew the Lakers weren't going to win that shit. I knew they weren't. They
Yeah,
weren't.
It was too heavy. That was too much of a task to ask LeBron to go out there because you basically asking him to do what he did against the Golden State Warriors in that series.
that's
And
the first
At
time.
41.
he ain't doing that. He ain't doing that.
At all.
He ain't doing that.
Hell no. But
I mean,
OKC. No, go ahead.
no. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't
No,
mean to cut you off.
just
No,
OKC 8-0 right now in the playoffs. I think they on a historic start supposedly in the playoffs with that. But I mean, LeBron and them, they was they kept making jokes like LeBron and Bronny the first father son duo to throw alley to each other or some shit. I'm like, well,
yeah.
LeBron and Bronny the first father duo to get swept out this bitch too. So
Hey, I mean, listen, I ain't trying to make no excuses for LeBron or nothing like that,
nah,
because I ain't into that, brother. Oh, he know my stance on, the go talk and all that. But we not gonna
And
go
I
there.
ain't
We gonna talk.
listen. You can have that
I'm
whole
for the say.
conversation.
We gonna
You can
I
have
talk
don't
that
know.
about
whole
the series.
conversation with him.
No,
I'm gonna
no.
sit here and not say nothing.
We gonna talk strictly about the series, brother. That's what we
Yeah.
gonna do.
All right, I
So
ain't saying
so
nothing.
from
If
the
y'all want to get into
series.
y'all go talk, go ahead. I'm gonna sit here and
No,
say
no, no, no,
nothing.
no. That's a whole nother discussion for
Yep.
us for
Whole nother
another day. We're
episode.
not gonna do that right now. We're gonna talk about because he said that was the series. So from my stance, how I looked at it, because I literally looked, I watched every game of that specific series, and my take from that series was that I'm just being honest. The Lakers was overpowered. I'm just being honest. You look at the Thunder from 1 to 13, they got guys. I mean,
Yeah.
from 1 to 13, they could literally a guy from 13th guy on the bench could give you a 20 on a night, on any given
Right.
night.
That's a fact.
That's a lot of firepower to deal with. And let's
Yeah.
be honest. I mean, the Lakers, to me, they were more of a top heavy team. Luka, LeBron, Austin Reeves. I mean, you possibly could throw Rue in there, but they were a top heavy team, and they didn't really have the talent, in my opinion, to compete with the Oklahoma City Thunder. And it was crazy to me because Shea really didn't have really that good of a series like he normally does, and
Yeah.
they still swept the Lakers. So to
Mm.
me, that proved to me that the Thunder are literally, they have really two, almost three units that can go in at any time, and they go off. And it's like they go in spurts. And when they go off in them spurts, it's hard to kind of bounce back because they may go on like a 15-4 run. And then it's like you look up now, you playing catch up. At first it'd
Time.
be like the game, because if you watched all those games, the Lakers played really well every game up until the half. And then after the half, once the third quarter came, it was like the Thunder went on one of those spurts,
Yep.
and it was like the Lakers just couldn't. To me, in my opinion, they couldn't recover from it. And it was like you asking too much. Like as y'all said, you asking too much out of a 41-year-old man to essentially carry the load on a team that's actually really probably one of the youngest teams in the league. So they getting up and down. Like you can't really, to me, in my opinion, you can't ask an older guy, even though LeBron still held his own. Because to me, if you
Yeah.
ask me, LeBron was the best player, and that's crazy. He was the best player in the series with a loss. If you go look at the numbers I'm just going off the numbers. I'm not going off what happened with the 4-0. Yeah, he got swept. Yeah,
No,
that
no.
happened. But you
Going
look at the numbers,
strictly by
the
stats.
efficiency, everything like that, and you go down by the metrics, LeBron outplayed every player in that series. The Thunder just had too much firepower, and it's this not a 31, 32-year-old LeBron that could overcome uh, you know, uh, a situation like that. This is a 41-year-old man that's competing with 20-year-olds. That's essentially, some of them, they not in their prime,
Even in
but
their prime yet.
some are, and then some are getting into their prime. So it's like what you gonna to me, in my opinion, it's like what you gonna ask from a guy like that. To me, he did everything he could.
That's a
Lakers
fact.
just don't they just didn't have enough. I mean, I'm not like I said, I'm not going to bat for LeBron. Brother, oh, you know my stance with him. I'ma hold him accountable. He lost. He lost. So I don't know. But let y'all go. Y'all could take it away.
You got it,
Yeah.
Key.
I mean, I agree with you. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like you said, like I was watching, the games and the stats. LeBron put up at least 24, 25 per game in each game, even in the loss. He actually had them under control and like playing like a team game. But it just sucks that no Luca being out there. I mean, he a defensive liability, so they can't get got. But he would have put up a good 30 or 40 each night.
Oh yeah.
It's a supporting cast. I always knew that this team ain't gonna win. Like you said, it's top heavy. So it's like I always knew those guys that's off the bench that may not necessarily come up or come through when you need to. I ain't gonna like Rui became more of a you know
Of a guy.
a
Yeah,
guy. Yeah, became
he
more of a guy.
surprised me for sure.
So I like
Because
he
I
came
didn't
more
think he
consistent.
was that good.
You could trust on him a little bit more, especially in that mid range jumper and stuff. It was always wet. Reeves, he had like one like tough bad game a couple of games ago where he had like 9, 10 points, but then he followed up with 31 points in a loss. It's just like you said that OKC was just too young. They got the most chemistry out of all of them, and they did all that without Jalen Williams, and you still got
Exactly.
and you got
Sweat.
this dude named AJ Mitchell coming out of nowhere. He averaging 20 some points
This is
per
a guy
game.
that came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like he was just sitting on the bench collecting,
Yeah,
collecting dust on the seat.
What
This
a
guy
position
coming
to
out, he
be in.
giving you 20 every night.
What a position
Almost.
to be in though, if you the GM and you can just go grab guys out the draft and trade players, and you
Oh,
can
saying
stack the deck for the next 5 to 10 years just through the draft and win a championship
and
using
still
your bankroll and your money, but at the same time, just using these picks and moving around and making trades, bro. Like
well that's
they
what's going
sitting Sam Presti and them or whoever it is, they sit in a really great position to do that, bro.
back.
Like I've never
Back.
seen, as far as I've been a grown man and been able to understand what goes on business wise and how they and a little bit of what they do things. I've never seen a situation where a guy had that many picks besides the Boston Celtics and knew how to do them and knew how to manufacture them. And the whole time they were saying he was a fool and he didn't know what he was doing. The whole KD thing, the Russell Westbrook thing, the James Harden thing. He's like, no, I got it, man. It just takes the right amount of guys to make what I'm trying to do happen. You know what I mean? And for him to be able to bank on this and get the best out of these guys and then end up with a Russell Westbrook who was there, then get a Chris Paul, and then a guy who was under Chris Paul in SGA. And for that guy to come over there and build, and then you add a Alex Caruso and a Hartenstein and Jalen Williams, and then the other Jalen Williams, and you got all these guys through the draft and these trades or whatever it was through the G League or whatever, however it happened. Bro, I'd never seen nothing like that and then to come out a winner and then still be fighting in the playoffs, even while your main guy is down this entire time. Well, not the entire time, but off and on through the course of the season for him to be able to come on and be able to do what he normally does. And then when he's not able to, everybody steps up and give you 20 to 15 points.
yeah.
20 to and that's to me, that's the difference. I mean, like you said, tips off, hats off to Sam Presti. I think that dude, the guys, I mean, he the best GM in the league, hands down. When you could take a roster and essentially build the whole roster and build a championship roster from draft picks, that's a little different, and
Bro,
even
that's
some of them
crazy
draft
that you can do that.
it, and then if you go more in depth on that roster, it's guys on that roster that's undrafted guys that's killing. Like I explained, Lou Dort. Lou Dort is a guy that was undrafted. I didn't know who Lou Dort was before he came to the NBA. I had no idea.
6'3", 220, 230, 240 pound guard, bro.
Pitbull, Pitbull.
You should be
He really
playing
like a
defensive
guard.
end or something.
So he like a guard slash forward, but this dude he lockdown defender. But it takes a good GM to go out and see, oh, this is a stud. You know what I'm saying? We gonna keep
Facts.
this guy on the team. He can ball. I mean, he went undrafted, but hey, look at the impact that he make on that Thunder team every night. He that defensive enforcer.
Yep.
If Lou Dort guards the best player on every team, On ball defender. He guards him every night. Undrafted guy. Found him off the street. You know, when you got a GM like that, I mean, man, the sky's the limit, you know. And I shoot, just look at the team. I mean, I know Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook. That Thunder team didn't pan out, but I mean, think about it. This dude drafted 3 MVPs.
3 MVP. Can you imagine that?
Three.
Like they tell you that you got to build through the draft, and this is the only guy to do that. Damn it, not damn near, but do that 100% to completion and to fruition and success. He's the only one I've ever seen do that. Do the draft and build a team and make it work where they become champions, bro. I haven't seen that before.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think in the game of basketball in the most recent years, I haven't seen it done
Usually you
like
need a couple.
that
You need a
to that
couple of
degree.
vets.
It
You need
may
some
be
vets
a
coming off the bench. You need a 1 or 2 vets that start, and then you need a bunch of role players to really fit in. And all these guys, bro, they can go to any team and be legit. But who knows where they can actually go besides a team like this that let you get out and just run. And to speak on the runs that they make, like y'all was saying, these are a bunch of guys, man. They'll get up 10 on you, and then we'll chill. And then if you don't step on the gas, they go, "Oh, y'all playing? Here go another 10 points on the board,
damn.
real quick."
That's stacked. They
Yeah,
stacked.
and they just start stacking it. So you were going a 7-2 run with them. They go, "All right, here go another 10." And he's like, "Fuck, we were just there." Like, "No, you ain't just nowhere, my nigga. Like, we really doing what we supposed to be doing throughout the course of this game. It's like run y'all out the gym. If we know we can run y'all out of here, we gonna get y'all out of here. We got our whole squad can run up and down the court like that. So yeah, it's dope to see, man, that Sam Presti, man, is getting his just due because I remember they were saying he was a fool for letting them 3 guys go and Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Kevin Durant, and they said, it was time to fire him a couple years ago when it was Russell Westbrook by himself, and they couldn't keep Paul George, and the other time when they couldn't keep Chris Paul and a bunch of other stuff. And now you look up, the guy got a championship, and from what it looks like, he gonna be sitting right. Well, yeah, he gonna be sitting right there back in the Western Conference Finals once again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he will. I mean, like I said, they got. I mean, he the best GM in the league. I
Yeah,
mean, the best,
yeah. I
best
ain't gonna
one
deny
I've
that.
seen since I've been living. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, this guy, that dude is still. I mean, you building literally from the draft.
Yeah,
Because you gotta think about it like this too. This is another thing with the Oklahoma City Thunder. They don't. That's a small market team, so it's not like
Yes,
that they have this boatload of money that they
yeah,
can go out and just go spend money on endless
exactly.
play. They can't do that. So
Yeah.
they literally have to go into the draft and build and find players year in and year out from the draft and develop them and turn them into really good players so they can compete for
Bro,
championships.
and when
And
you think about the market that they in, they right there on top of Dallas that has Houston Rockets, San Antonio Spurs, and Dallas
the
Mavericks, bro.
Dallas Mavericks, yep,
They got the
right on
fucking
top.
Bermuda Triangle, the basketball triangle right there.
for
Like
that.
there's no way around that. So you still in that market and you still managed to pull that off. While Dallas struggles to figure out what the hell they doing, and then you got a Twitter fingers playing over there in Houston Rockets, talking about the players on his team, what I'm saying, wearing CeraVe because he can't keep his skin together, what I'm saying, skin all cracked up and everything, and he out here talking crazy about the players on the squad. So it's crazy. Salute to them though. Keith, what's next, brother?
Shit, add on to what y'all was saying. I agree with y'all on that. I remember when Lou Dort was asked at one point when he got in the league, like he wasn't reliable on offense at all. He was all just straight defense, young bull. And when he shot a three, I remember he would shoot like straight off backboard, air balls. Now he could like a legit, contributor to the championship team. But Sam Presti's so cold with it that the trade that he made for Paul George and SGA years ago, what 5, 6, 7 years ago,
And
still
he's
paying off.
still eating off of
They
it.
got they got the number 12 pick this year
I was just about to say that,
because of that
yeah. They sure
trade.
did.
And
They
if it
sure
wasn't for
did.
Clippers getting number 5 pick, they could have had a top 4 pick. And that would have been ugly for the league if they would have got that number 4, top 4 pick.
That's crazy, bro.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
Ugly. But lead on to the next one. Talk about the Knicks sweeping the fuck out of 76ers. 144 to 114, so a 30 piece. But the way the Knicks did it though,
Get
I
they
don't know.
bitch ass out of here too,
I
man. They
bro,
got my
the way
motherfucking
they
Boston team out of here. The
the
fuck?
way the way they bounced Atlanta up out of here the last game by 50, the way they bounced Sixers straight 4-0 and the last third game by 30. I think they fight fake figuring it out, man. Like they finally figure out what they need to do to actually win some of these games. Even though they've been here this far last year, and the whole thing is finals a bust because you
I
fired
think it's a
Tom
word that you
Thibodeau.
mistakenly said though. I think it's that fighting them. Thibodeau gave them that fight, bro. So that's what they know how to do. They know how to fight. And a team
Yeah.
like that, that's scrappy like that, that you ain't gonna, that you don't really want to bounce, you don't really want to bump and grind with them like that. They gonna come down there and just whoop your ass, like, cause they know they can do that. And in
Yeah.
this situation, they know that hey, we going down, we got guys that can get buckets. We got guys with inches on this squad, but we also know how to fuck y'all up and make this game grueling and hard for y'all too.
Very hard. Man, I think honestly, I mean the Knicks, they my pick to come out of the East. Um,
It ain't a
I'm
bad
not,
pick.
I'm not, I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't watched much film. I've watched the game. I've watched one of the games, but the film that I've watched on them, I mean, it's really the Knicks play with a lot of grit, I have to say. They
Yeah.
play with a lot of grit and they play with like they bring their lunch uphill, you know, and they come to work. They come to work. That's the mentality that I kind of see from that team. Now I think it's enough to beat the OKC or San Antonio Spurs out of the West.
Hmm.
That'll be a little tough.
Yeah.
But I do see them coming out of the East because that tandem, Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns, is like for some reason it's just clicking, and this year it just seems like it's just their year. I mean, I don't know kind of how else is. I mean, because I believe anybody that comes out of that Detroit and that
With
Detroit and
Cavaliers.
Cleveland series, I just think that the Knicks, that with they uh experience, pedigree, all that, I think that they're gonna have enough to beat either one of those teams and go on to the
And
final.
let me
That's my opinion.
And let me just go ahead and be honest, man. I didn't think Cat was gonna really step up and really play like that. Let me just go ahead and say that. Salute to Cat. Let me give you some hand claps because I didn't expect you to play like that, big dog. I thought you was gonna fold up like fresh laundry, and I thought Embiid was gonna have a field day with your punk ass. And you went out there and you said, "No, it ain't going on. It ain't going on like that. We gonna fold these guys up like laundry. Like the
Instead, they did.
He said it's the
we
big
gonna do
bodega
they
out here. Big
man." He said, "I'm
bodega on
big
your
bodega out
big
here."
He
perm.
did. Hey, he did it to Embiid. He said, "No, I'm the
Yeah.
one."
And
So
to Joel Embiid, because me and Keith too talk, we done had this conversation several times. I say this over and over again. If he go another off season and don't get healthy and don't take off half the regular season to make sure that his body is recouped and his weight is on par, they might as well go ahead and give it up because he already what 32 years old. It's a wrap for him already, bro. I'm sure they already trying to figure out what to do with Buddy already. All they asking for is for him to just be healthy enough to play for a whole season or two, so they could package him up and get him out there. We got Maxi, we got Oubre, we got Edgecombe. All we need
I
is
mean,
another.
I think this summer I think they're gonna find something and
They got to do
get him
something
out of
because
there.
he ain't gonna never be healthy enough for them to do anything, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, I
I
know y'all
mean,
probably watching if you're a basketball fan, but the current score is 72-63 with 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Like this is a really good game, and they really hooping out there.
I meant
It's
to.
some real fight out there. Like with that San Antonio Spurs team, man. I don't know. I think it was Big Perk that said that when he was on First Take. He said that they might go all the way, and people just saying you just saying that because you're from Texas, but these boys play, man. They play with reckless abandon. Like they not playing like they scared of a nobody, bro. They playing like they really coming out there to win. They not
no,
backing down.
these
They
young
not.
boys are hooping. They coming the ball, you know, they coming with it.
That's
Wimby
it.
has I mean, I'm not gonna say and it was the scary. I'm gonna say what's so scary about the Spurs. Wimby ain't all the way figured it out on offense. if you watch his game, he have spurts where he'll go off here and there,
Yeah.
but just wait till Wemby really figures it out.
Yeah. He
That's
don't
going
know
to
all the
be a
calls. He don't know
scary,
how the game is
scary
played completely. He
situation.
don't know how to talk to the refs all the time. He don't know his advantages all the time on the court. He don't know how to take full advantage of the game because he just got here. But man, like I told motherfuckers, in 3 years, that's going to be the problem of the league, bro. And you're not going to be able to do nothing with dude.
Nah.
Oh, for sure, 100%. I mean,
He,
Wemby. I mean, to me right now, I mean, I and this is my personal opinion. I mean, I could be biased. I mean, and I could be biased, but I believe that Shea currently is the best player in the NBA. I know everybody keeps saying that foul based stuff, but people have to understand what best player in the NBA didn't get fouls.
We talked about
I'm
that
just
before,
being
Lou.
honest.
All the best
So
players get the
they're
calls,
gonna
bro.
get the call.
They
So
get the calls.
this
All the best
right
players get the
now
calls.
it's his time. Now I
That's
don't
it.
know how long he's gonna have that for or gonna have this reign for, but Wemby is like I said, once he figure it out on that offensive end, he might be clawing at that, or he might already have overtaken it because dude is the guy. He that special, as a talent. I do think he does have to get a little bit stronger, because sometimes he could be a bit clumsy. He falls over a lot, and you bump him here or do something, he might. It's he does those things, but he put on a little weight. He get more consistent on the offensive end and keep that same tenacity on the defensive end. I mean, man,
I
I
think what
mean,
you said is so true, though. All that's going to come with him just putting on that 20, 25, 30 pounds of muscle because he'll be able to stand up there with them guys on block shots and go at you on the offensive end and push you around. And once he has that added to his game, it's just a wrap. It's only a matter, like I said, give him 3 years. 3 years. Uno, dos, tres. 3 years. That's it. Dude gonna be going out here. He gonna be out here crazy, and he gonna be contending with Shea Butter for that spot. That's it. That's all it's gonna be.
yeah, I do believe that. I mean, how do y'all feel? How do y'all feel about Anthony Edwards in the
I think Ant
conversation?
is dope. I like his energy. I think he can be very electric at times, but I don't think he has it disciplined enough where he knows how to take over the game and use it at the correct times. Like he's so high energy, like even now as he drives to the cup, right? Like he can get shots off like that or layups. He can get his way, he can make his way to the bucket like that. But I don't think there's enough that I don't think he has it put together well enough where it's sustainable and he can get to that next level. I think there's like something missing, and I don't know if it's just him or if there's another piece that he's missing on that squad. But he's due for 25 points a game. But like they already said, man, if you're averaging 25 points a game throughout the course of the season, they are expecting you to average 30 points in the playoffs. Like you're due to do that. And if you can't rise to that occasion and put your
You're
team
not
over
that
the hump
guy.
by averaging like that, then you're not doing what you're supposed to do.
You're not that guy. It's just that simple.
That's it.
You
That's what
have
I'm
to
glad you said
raise
it that way.
you have to raise your level of play, in the playoffs. And I'm not saying that he hasn't, because I believe Anthony Edwards has done a phenomenal job. I mean, dude, the guy done been to the Western Conference Finals. I just think that right now, Shea is his Achilles heel. Um, do I know how he'll get over that hump? I don't know. But I do. No, I will say I think that to me he has to play a little bit more in control, and I believe once he figures that out and understand pace, because he goes like you said, the energy he has a
Yeah.
lot of
100
energy,
miles an hour.
yeah.
100 miles an hour. But when he understands how to control it and control pace, I think that's gonna make him a more dangerous, player. I would say that would complete him as a player. 'Cause that's the only thing I believe that he's missing in his game.
Yeah, I agree with y'all. Like until you get to figure out how to slow the game down and like play at his pace. Once he started learning how to like, do like Jordan, like pick know his spots and perfect it, where he can just get to his spots, mid range to 3 point to the hole, and just have control of the game. I think he gonna be good. Like right now, I mean, rather right now today, like he had a hobble knee, coming into the playoffs. He was missing a lot
Yeah,
of games towards the end of the
hyperextended,
season.
correct.
So I ain't gonna kill him for this, playoff series. Even though they did beat Denver, who got Jokic, MVP, Jamal Murray, who usually snap in the playoffs or wake up in the playoffs, but he been killing all year actually. So to knock them off, kind of with him hobbled. I like the way the team is going. It just sucks that Dante, got hurt and then he's a little bit injured. We can't see a full team go against this Spurs team, but I mean, I think I would rather see a Spurs versus OKC Western Conference Finals anyway, though. I would love to see Edwards get his chance to, go past the team, but he might be a piece away from off this team. Like, I like Julius, but maybe they can find somebody to flip him for somebody a little bit more consistent. Like he'll snap some games where he can go for 30 and 10 or 25 and 10, but some games I can see him having single digit 9 points, 10 points,
To me,
and
bro,
not
it's either one or the other. You either keep Randall or get rid of him, or keep Gobert or get rid of him. And I
yeah.
think that's the issue with that middle area, right? Because you got Rudy. Rudy probably wants some touches, but then you got Julius Randle who gets the touches, and he like Melo when he get the ball, like he becomes a black hole. So you may not get that ball back with a guy like him. So I think it's a
at
situation
all.
where you get to figure out what to do with a guy like that.
Well, I've always, I mean, Julius Randle, sometimes his game is a little too sporadic to me. It's like it's too like hot and cold, I would say.
Yeah.
Some nights he on, some nights he just ain't got it, But if you gonna call yourself an all-star or that caliber of player, you can't have nights where you not don't come. You gotta have it,
Yeah, because
So I mean,
he can be in the way when he be out there playing a game, bro. You can physically tell like it don't he don't look right with the ball free throw extended or something. Like, it always seems like something is off. Like either he should be shooting the ball, creating a pick and roll, or passing. It's just like it's something just off there, man. I would rather see like either him off the ball somewhere and on another team doing that, or get rid of Gobert because you can't. To me, I don't know. There's something about that the way that team is set up just don't work, man. It's something just off with that team. And
yeah,
I think they know it, but they're riding it out to try to see if they can work it out themselves. And I don't see even now as Anthony Edwards goes to the cup now, driving the ball, right? So you need Randall to clear out the way for him to do stuff like that. But that's where he operates. Because if he don't operate right there, Ju Randall will start shooting 3 pointers, bro.
Shit.
right.
And that's the
I ain't
guy
gonna
that
lie.
that's the guy I would rather have in the paint
But
creating
I don't
havoc
want
because he's so
Julius.
big and strong.
I was just about to say that I don't want Julius Randle at all. Shooting threes.
No,
I
I
don't
don't
want him on
either.
the perimeter. I don't even want him getting the ball on the wing. I want him getting it in the
18 and in.
block and and going to work. So I mean, yeah, the Wolves they got to figure something out. I mean, just watching them right now, I don't know. I don't know. I want them, but
Look
I
at it.
just don't
Anthony Edwards driving, and guess where he is right there
can't figure it out.
on the wing. Throw it up to your mans. That's another bucket. 83-69, ladies and gentlemen, in the third quarter with 2 minutes and 20 seconds
Man,
left to play.
San
Guys, are we
Antonio.
saying that this is a blowout, or are they going to come back and make another run? Will the
I'm
Timberwolves
It's
make
thinking it's
another run at
over
this?
with.
it's
It's
still a
over
lot.
with.
It's still a
It's a
lot of
lot
time.
of game time, but I don't see it. I don't see the fight. I don't see the fight in the Wolves, man.
Ain't that something
I,
though? We live in an era now where a 14 point lead ain't enough to put a team away.
Yeah, but they still got.
oh,
There's a lot of time left still. Like
A
it's a whole quarter to
a couple
go.
threes, and you back in it.
That's the thing. Like they was up 10-12 the whole game, and then before you had updated the score last time when it was like up 9, I was watching. They brought it back within 4, so it's like they just got like slow down and just. It's like they rushing right now, but they are away and role players play way better at home than on the road. So it's like San Antonio, they got the juice right now with Dylan Harper and them coming off the bench and filling it up. Luke Cornett snapping and shit. So I mean, this team actually shockingly, the Minnesota I'm talking about, doing better than most people thought this year. Like even with Randall on the team and Gobert, like I ain't gonna study. Gobert snapped in that I mean this series and not gonna say snap, but like actually showed up and been effective against San Antonio and who they played Denver in the first round. And then you had Jaden McDaniels. Who'd have thought Jaden McDaniels would be that dude
He
for?
came alive. Yeah.
He called them the Denver
He
Nuggets out,
did.
and then he walked them down. Like he literally like pretty much stood on 10 toes about what he said, and he delivered. He became a
Right.
damn near villain. But Minnesota is just, I think they're in a roll right now. They ain't got to get up, even though it's still early. But the way it's going, you see like San Antonio might pull this game out. But I want to see this game go to 7. I think this series goes 7. I think it's gonna go to 7 somehow, some way. I mean, unless if Wimby throw another elbow, a Ron Artest elbow, and Nas Reed, which is crazy to me because like that just show like Wimby don't need to be the guy on the team throwing bowls. You need a goon. Somebody need to come in, throw some bowls and knock some people out. Get a
They ain't
get a
got one of
decent.
them though. They ain't got one of them. And like we
Need to
said,
get
he don't
one.
understand the game well enough to know what he can and can't do. And he ain't earned that respect in the league or from the refs yet to be out there acting out like that. So
But
he
you know
got
what that is? That's that Kevin Garnett. He worked with Kevin Garnett over the summer, and that mentality. That's why I think that team's so successful right now. Is like he really get that mentality from KG, learn from Hakeem Olajuwon with the footwork and all that, and bring it to this team. And then you got Castle, Vassell, was that Johnson number 3 on the team? Dylan Murphy. These, oh yeah, and De'Aaron Fox, who low key like I feel like ain't done enough for this team to be. I feel like he could do more to make them like undeniably like
he
good.
can, but if you ask De'Aaron Fox to do that, you know what you ask him to do? You ask him to take over. If you let
Oh,
him if
really?
you
I
let him
mean,
get in
I
that
don't think
driver's seat,
I don't need
he
to
don't
take
need
over.
to be a number one
You,
option at
no,
yeah,
all.
not
you.
right
So
now. Not right now. Let him sit
I
back and
would
chill. When they
I would
know they
let
need
him
a
do
bucket,
exactly what he's doing right
yeah.
now.
When they know they need a bucket and they need to put it in his hand, they know he gonna go out there and get one.
That's what I'm saying. Like he not even he don't have to get off yet. It's just
That
it's
was definitely a good pickup for them though, for
It
sure.
was, bro, to have Vassell Castle already there, and then say, no, we're gonna drop this seasoned veteran in here. You know what I mean? Who already got some respect out here, and not only that, but this motherfucker can run a floor fast, just as fast as anybody else out here. That's crazy, bro.
yeah. Shit,
And
I
they
think
just they just keeping the pressure on him right now. 89-73, bro.
shit.
35 seconds left.
I feel bad for motherfucking Sacramento Kings. So they literally had him and Tyrese Halliburton, and they let them go for what? Oh, Zach Levine,
Zach
DeMar
Levine.
DeRozan, Sabonis.
Y'all
Like
can
if
have
you
Zach
know,
Levine. Salute to
Hey,
the Bulls for getting rid of
hey,
Zach
that was a
Levine.
squad. That was a squad too, though. I think if they would have kept that Minnesota team together with Zach Levine, Andrew Wiggins, Carl Anthony Towns,
Nah, nah.
they were just young.
I mean, they were young, but they had a lot of talent. They had a lot of
Exactly. A
talent
lot of
on that
talent.
team.
They had a lot
I,
of talent, but they did the right thing breaking them
it,
guys
it,
up.
show, it
Then
showed
they had Shabazz Muhammad off the bench. They had some talent on that team.
Shabazz.
They
I
did.
forgot about Shabazz.
Yeah, I forgot about Shabazz too. I didn't even think about it until you said it, but I think they
But
did the
they
right thing by breaking it up. It's something about that Minnesota team having that many guys on there,
Yeah.
and
One ball.
when like to me, I just can't have too many finesse players on one team. You know what I mean? Give me one or two.
I think they needed just some toughness, and they needed that Jimmy Butler in them. That's what it showed. Like when he beat them
That's what I'm
in
saying. But when you got all finesse players, you're not gonna get that. You
yeah.
got Andrew Wiggins, you got Zach Levine.
It just depend on was they willing to wait 4 or 5 years to see them grow and get developed and like
Nah,
be who they are now.
not with them high draft picks.
Yeah,
They had a
they
chance
were
though.
getting like real high draft picks. That's how they landed all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, they got. I think Wiggins a number one draft pick.
he got didn't
I,
he
I think
didn't he
he
get
got
drafted?
drafted
He,
number one. And I know Towns. What was Towns? I know Towns was definitely had to have been like
top
one or
five, top
two.
10.
Cat was high. Cat was high in the draft.
I almost saw it. I gotta check. I gotta check that.
I'm gonna
I'm
look it
pretty
up
Yeah.
sure
now.
he
Go ahead, y'all
was.
keep talking.
But yeah, so I guess I think Spurs need to get a goon for next year, just so they can keep from Wimby from getting ejected out of games and shit. But I mean, the Wolves took advantage of that. Even in that game that he got ejected, the Spurs were right there still. So that's why I'm like, I might get them edge in this series and go ahead and win it. Like, and I think it'd be better for the NBA playoffs to have an OKC Spurs matchup.
Yeah, I think that would honestly benefit the NBA a lot more. I think that Spurs, that's what everybody want to see. I mean,
Yeah,
it's the Spurs kicked their ass in the regular season, so it's like,
exactly.
hey, what's to it?
He was
We
number
want to
one
really
to the
see
Cleveland
who
Cavaliers.
is going to be the best team and who going to come out the West. So you said who was number one to the Cavs?
Andrew Wiggins, he was number one.
That's what I
Oh
was gonna say. I
yeah,
remember
yeah.
him being on the Cavs. Like he got traded, I think,
He
either
got
that night
traded,
or
yeah.
because they ended up
But I
like
think he got traded like immediately
Yeah,
or
later
something.
traded to
But
Minnesota.
yeah. That's what I was like. Yeah, I
he
thought
played
because
I
they
don't
had
even
that.
know. Did he play for the Cavs?
I
Nope.
don't think so because they just
During
had
that draft, he was traded. He was traded over to Minnesota.
and the year before they just drafted Anthony Bennett, but that ain't work out. So I
Anthony
don't think
Bennett
Yeah,
never saw the court. He never even made it past the draft.
yeah, that was
For the
crazy.
Cavaliers, he never made it past the draft. I remember that. No one ever saw that kid. Or did he make it to like the first quarter of the
he
season?
played, but he
Nah,
like the first year
he played a little bit
he was
in the
ass.
first year, but he didn't have it.
Wasn't in
I
shape all the
mean,
way, all that shit.
Yeah.
yeah, he just
So
didn't
look,
have it.
that draft was Andrew Wiggins, Jabari Parker, Joel
Mm.
Embiid, Aaron Gordon, Dante Exum, Marcus Smart, Randle, Nick Stauskas, Noah Vonleh, Alfred Payton, Doug McDermott, Dario Saric, Zach Levine, TJ Warren, and a bunch of other guys that you probably don't even pay attention to.
Was that in order?
Huh?
Was that in
They
order, like
had some
of the draft?
dogs.
Say what?
Was that in
They
order of
had
like the draft? Like Doug McDermott came before Zach LaVine?
Yeah, everything I read was like in order.
That's crazy. So we could have low key had Zach LaVine before we end up getting him anyway.
Yusuf
yeah.
Nurkic was number 16. That's crazy. And then after that,
He
I don't
went
even
to
know
what?
who
Where did he
Bruno
go? Where did
Caboclo or
yeah?
any of those guys is. I don't know who
Where
any
did
of
he
them.
go?
Huh?
Where did
Nur-
Newsick? Where did
Nurkic,
he go?
Denver, didn't he?
Nurkic. So Nurkic was 16.
To what team? The Blazers.
I think it
He
was
was
with Denver,
drafted
right?
by the Chicago Bulls.
Right, right. Yeah, we drafted him and we traded him to Denver.
Yeah.
Oh, we traded him.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's exactly
Yeah,
what
because
happened.
The Bulls could have had him, and I was Draymond Green in that
They
in the
called
second
his
round.
ass the Bosnian Beast. Well, it only go up this only shows me up to
First
15,
round.
16.
Oh, 50. No, that's not right. Yeah, that's not the same year anyway. But I mean, speaking of the Cavs, Cavs and Pistons series, how y'all feel about that? Tied 2-2. Both home teams took advantage, and running the home games undefeated. I think in Game 3, James Harden finally woke up in that fourth quarter and showed out why he's James Harden. The way he was like pulling up, step back, to take control of the game. Spider had 35 points in that game, but Game 4, Spider had 43 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and James Harden had 24 points, 11 assists. It's a series now. I don't know what's going on with the Pistons on the road. Actually, I do know because the rest of his team, because Cade Ball, he had 27 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. But the rest of those guys, I think, had under 10 points scoring, and you didn't really see nobody step up. No Tobias, no Jalen Duran, no Duncan Robinson. I feel like every time the Duncan Robinson played the Bulls or was with the Miami Heat, he was putting up 20 points off threes just on bullshit.
I mean,
He do,
yeah, that
but he
was
ain't, and and you can't expect Duncan Robinson to perform at a high level all the time. That was one of the
or
reasons why.
carry
Say what?
or like being a big contributor. I wouldn't. You're not expecting that from Duncan Robinson.
No, sir.
Oh hell
Not
no.
when he, not even when he was with Miami, bro. They couldn't even depend on him then.
I
Yeah,
mean, he would get more. To me, I do feel like on Miami, he would get more buckets. So like he
yeah,
would have times where he would like light it up. On Detroit, it's like kind of like hit or miss.
shit, he only the real shooter. I feel like besides K, I mean, on that team. But no, I was saying with him is like I said, I wasn't expecting him to snap it all with Miami, and then he would just come through in games. I'm like lighting up, but him being a true shooter on this Pistons team, because like it's only him, Herder, K, probably the best shooter. I mean Tobias a little bit, but I could never trust the Tobias in the clutch moment when I need him.
Tobias just
Uh,
robbed the
uh,
NBA. He just went from team to team, robbing. That's it. That's all he did. He showed
yeah.
just enough promise as a basketball player. And he just stuck everybody up for $100 million. And now they like, no, you gonna show us on this Detroit squad. We want to know what you really got, because you ain't gonna stick us up for this bread, and then you ain't gonna play out here. But Duncan Robinson was a decent player. I think Jimmy Butler was one of the things that kind of pushed him
It's a
ahead,
good move.
because Jimmy Butler had a lot of belief in him as a player, him and Tyler Hero. So he was really pushing for those guys to really show up and show out. But Duncan Robinson, man, once he started feeling himself, it was just kind of like he got too ahead of himself, and he kind of like wore out his welcome there. I don't know what it was. I don't know, and I think he had some injuries along the way, didn't he? He had a couple of injuries that kind of
Probably
Who?
kept him out
nagging
for.
injuries, probably yeah.
Yeah, he had
Yeah, I
some
think
injuries that
he
may have
might have
kept him
had
out.
a yeah.
But that
Ooh,
ain't a guy like that
good
ain't a guy like man.
God.
I would put any hope in, man. Like, you need guys that can. I mean, the league right now, man, is 3 and D. Like, if you're
Okay.
not the main guy, you got to be 3 and D. You know what I'm saying? If you can't do that, then you're not a good producer. Look at what
Right.
AJ. I mean, the guy that we love from Chicago, man, Ayo. Ayo left here, bro, and he just made Minnesota look so much better, bro. Like, you
Yeah.
need
I
guys like that,
mean,
and I don't
yeah,
see I
you
don't
need
see
guys
I don't know
like
I
you
don't know what
said.
it is that a guy like Duncan Robinson does, bro.
I mean, it's not much. That's the problem.
Yeah,
He going
he
on
said
Yeah.
D.
not much. That's the problem.
I'm not gonna say he don't do anything because he will get some buckets
Yeah, if he
here and
get
there,
hot, he got
but
to get hot though,
he
Lou.
got to get hot. Yeah,
He got
exactly.
to get
So
hot, motherfucker like that, man. You got to keep passing the ball, let him come down, pulling up J after J after J until he get hot. And you don't
yeah,
know how long that heater gonna last with a guy like that, because he's streaky.
facts. I mean, yeah.
Who you are?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's 93-78 with 10 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Keith, what else? What else we talking about?
Shit, who you got for the rest of the series? Then it's tied 2-2, best of three. Cleveland or Detroit? Who you think gonna pull it out to meet New York? Because they resting for the rest of the week. They chilling, kick back.
I think I think that Detroit is. I feel like they're gonna find a way.
Yeah,
You
That's
think
just my
Detroit will
opinion.
walk up out of there?
Think they're gonna find a way. That's my personal opinion. I mean, I could be wrong,
I don't have no
but
no,
problem
yeah,
with what you're saying. I just
I
think
got
that
Detroit.
the Cavs, like I told me and Lou, we talked about this. Keith, we talked about this before. I just think if you get a strong presence and strong game from the two big fellas in the middle for the Cavs, they can win that series. They can take that series over. And if you don't, they're gonna lose. I don't see no other. I don't see no
I
other way.
agree.
Even if James Harden don't have a good game with those two guys in the middle, you would literally
But I
make
do
Detroit
think
sacrifice the rest of their team for them.
James has to be heavily involved with the offense, essentially. Like he has to be. If he's not scoring, he has to be playmaking.
Yeah,
Like he cannot
true.
just be sitting back there and just doing nothing. Because
yeah,
to me, he has games where he do that stupid shit, and it annoys the shit out of me. Because it's like, Harden, what are you doing? You Donovan Mitchell, here he is, like hooping out of his mind, and it's like, come on, bro, like come on, like
Yeah,
we
help
need
push
more,
this over the top.
So it's like it's not even like we asking that much out of you. All we asking you to do is be like that second guy, that cleanup guy. But it's like it's times where he can do it, and it's times where he don't do it. So I don't know. It's frustrating evaluating Harden as a player. I mean, I love the scoring, everything he's done, in terms of, the MVPs, it's exciting, but in terms of winning and playing winning basketball, I don't know if he does that. And I think that hinders a lot of teams that he's been on in the past. That's my opinion, but
We know
yeah.
that. We know he ain't gonna be no defensive stopper or anything like that. We know he ain't gonna do nothing like that. We know he gonna be a liability on off. I mean defense. But what you are asking of him is to be the most efficient or a uber offensive player on the offensive side of the ball. And when you don't get that, you get a guy that look like he don't belong on the court, like he don't want to be there. Like he looking for an out. So um, I just think that it just depends on the game that Donovan Mitchell can have, where he can feed those guys. And like you said, for me, I just need James. I just need James to go in there and give me 10, 12 assists, man. Give me some lobs. Give me some buckets to these guys going to the cup. Let these guys get some free buckets. I'm not some free buckets. Let them get some easy buckets, bro. Because once they get some easy buckets, they blocking everything and they gonna rebound everything else. You already know that. Like all you gotta do is feed the big guys.
Mostly
I
just
mean, Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. I mean, let me be honest with you, I've always been a big advocate of Evan Mobley. But my only issue with him is, sometimes he don't play aggressive. I mean, and at that position with that type of size, you got to be aggressive. You got
That's
to get
true.
down there. You gotta get dirty. You gotta get gritty, and you gotta make something happen for yourself. And it's like some nights he'd try to do it, and then it's like nights where he just don't do nothing. It's like, dude, like, where did you go? So I don't know. That's my take on him.
no, yeah, that was my question with the team with Cavaliers. Like, did they have the toughness for the Detroit and like you said, like Evan Mobley, like kind of go, missing a little bit on some games and just gotta be strong on the inside. Because I feel like he can give me 20 and 10 every night if he really wanted to. And then like Jared Allen, I don't see why he's not a double double 10 and 10 guy every night, every 10, 15.
Should be. Should be easily. Easily.
And that when I thought when they got James, like, all right, this could be like a complete completion of the team. But like you see it sometimes when they on the road or just little holes in their games. But I mean, it's best for them to they got to win this series because you did all that to get this trade for James and all that to get to the finals or get to the Eastern Conference Finals with Spider. And this is always the help that not always, but the help that Spider needed after leaving Utah. So I feel like this is more team balances. The team is more balanced for them to win, but if they don't get tough, and go in Detroit and still won, I can see them get bounced real quick after second round too.
So Lou, you said you got Detroit, right?
I got Detroit. I believe Detroit gonna find a way to pull it out. I mean,
Who you got?
Originally, I had Detroit, and I'm probably gonna stick with it for sure. But
All
I mean, I
right.
wouldn't mind seeing the Cavs pull out this, give us a Cavs versus Knicks. But for the NBA, I think they would want to see a Pistons versus New York. Kind of I don't know if they had too much rivalry back in the '90s like that, 2000, but a good Eastern Conference, battle would be decent with them too.
yeah, that would be nice.
I'll be the only one. I'll take the cash. I'll take the cash
Like I wouldn't mind watching them, but
just to break it up. I'll take the cash.
I
it'll be
like
interesting to
that.
see Spider in Madison Square
It
Garden
can
too.
happen. I'm not saying it
It
can't.
would
I
be.
don't.
It
I
would
Yeah,
be.
just
'cause
I think with the Cavs, this is my honest evaluation of the Cavs is that you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win a championship with Donovan Mitchell as your number one. You're not. You're
mhm.
not. Now, if
to take.
Donovan Mitchell is your number two, you will win the shit with Donovan Mitchell as your number two. But he ain't finna play number one. He not Batman. He a Robin. Like for real. Now he make it look good. He make it look good as hell. And that's a lot of Robins that make it look good as hell. Kyrie is a Robin. He make it look good as hell. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But he it's I don't know. It's yeah. I don't know.
You think with
Um,
him being the number two, you think the number one would have to be like a big man? I feel like that would be like a great balance, like for him to be a championship team or player on the team.
uh I think maybe a wing, big or like a four or like a wing guy.
Yeah,
I think and that's why I thought Evan Mobley. I was like, Evan Mobley, if he turns into a 20 and 10 guy every night, shoot, they gonna be cooking.
yeah,
But he's not gonna give you that every night. He's not gonna give you a dub and 10 rebounds, because like I said, I think even with him, he's got to put on a little bit more weight, to kind of get down there so he can withstand some of those, just the NBA, the
it's
grit
yeah,
and the grind of the NBA,
Yeah, that punishment. Take that punishment.
yeah. True that. Shit. That we talked about earlier with the swept Lakers being swept. What y'all think LeBron gonna do now? You think it's time for him to retire? Do he gonna
Oh
find
man.
a new
Tell them what
home
you
next
said,
year?
Lou. Tell them what you was
Man,
thinking.
hey, what they say, money is green. Ain't that's Draymond's, I think that's his Twitter. Hey, get your campaign going, man. I know you already got it going. Draymond already got the campaign going, man. The LeBron's it's probably
Let's
written.
say.
He going up there to the Warriors. The only two places I can see is the Warriors or the Cavs. Realistically, if he goes to the Cavs, do I think he would? But I still don't think he wins the championship with the Cavs. But if he goes to the Warriors, we just seen what LeBron just did with Steph in the Olympics. That looked pretty scary. So put them on a team together again, and I mean, I don't know. But yeah, Draymond already got the campaign rolling, man. You might as well. I mean, he got it, man. He got LeBron on speed dial right now.
Yeah, I could. That's really yeah. Besides retirement, I can see him going to the Warriors. That's really one of the teams up there. Like you said, that could be a great fit. They do got to get a little younger with the surrounding players though, because they already got Draymond, Steph, and LeBron at damn near pushing 40, or all of them. LeBron is 40, but the rest of them
Yeah.
pushing 40. So the rest of that team got to get a little younger and maybe more impactful. But I can see Cleveland. I could low key see New York if depending on how this go for them this year. If they need them, if they somehow they win a championship this year, they probably ain't gonna do it. But let's say if they fall
I
short,
don't think Detroit. I mean, not Detroit, but I don't see the Knicks. At the Knicks, I don't see the team coming out of the East winning it. I mean, even
Not with Bron.
even
Bron need
if
that rock. You ain't gonna get that ball out of Jalen Brunson's hand, bro.
true. I'm just saying like
yeah,
we never know what might happen. Like let's say God forbid, like something happened to SGA. Do you think the OKC could withstand winning the championship without him?
no, I don't think they could. I don't think they could win it without him. And I honestly, I still think J Dub has to come back for the series if they have to play the Spurs.
Yeah,
Now I think they could beat the T Wolves without J Dub, but I don't think they could beat the Spurs without him at all.
I
I
agree.
think that would be that's gonna be
What is the
yeah,
injury that he dealing with that's keeping him out?
yeah.
Uh,
I
uh,
have no idea. I really don't even know, to be honest with
so
you.
I
I had
didn't
to look
realize
it
he was
up.
out until the other day. I was like, oh, I forgot he is
But
out
like
for
I
the.
said, they so deep, bro. Like
Yeah.
that team is just it's like a clip. It's like an
Grayson
endless clip
Wallace.
that just keep coming.
You
and
got
and
Kason
they don't
Wallace and
stop.
so many other people that can just come off the bench and just
They
give you a problem.
so so they had an interesting take on Speak Easy podcast. And Acho and I was talking to brother O about it, and I said, he said, do you think that the Thunder are can beat the night what he said, I think the 97 98 Bulls? And he was like, the Warriors, like in a peak right now. And when I thought about it, I said to myself, I said, for one, I'm not gonna say that they can beat either currently right now. But I think it would be a discussion if they win back to back. If they win back to back, I think that's it. Now, do I think they could possibly beat the Warriors? Hell no. Not in any. I don't think they're beating the Warriors at all. Now, the Bulls, the 97 98 Bulls, I'm up in the air with that because they can get up and down and that bench. It's not because I think that the first unit is gonna get their ass kicked. The Thunder first unit gonna get beat by the first team Bulls. But that second unit, that clip is gonna
Yeah.
it could start running, and that's, I mean, my opinion. Now, do I know if they'll win it? That's, I mean, we'll never know, But that it was an interesting take. It was just an interesting conversation. Thought I would bring it up to y'all to you all.
Good, Matt. Go ahead.
Now go ahead. You got it. You got it. You got it.
Uh,
Unless you want me to speak on that. Me and you spoke on that, Lou. The only way I see, so we got, what team are we talking about with the Bulls? Are we talking about the first three-peat or the second three-peat? We talking about 72 and
No,
10?
the second 3 feet.
right, the
They were
Okay,
72
because
saying
that's
10,
72 and 10, bro.
96, 97, or 96, 90, yeah, 96, 97.
That's 72 and 10.
Yeah,
yeah, I mean,
I, I see what he's like. I agree. Like that second, you would think that second unit for the Bulls, but
I know the
92 and 10
Bulls
is
first
hard.
unit gonna kick. That first unit on the Bulls, Jordan, Pip, and Rod,
Ryman,
they gonna give
You
the
still had
Thunder.
Tony Kukoc off the bench too, or whenever they
Yeah,
started.
Ron Harper.
yeah. But like I said, that Kason Wallace, what's that guy? The Mitchell, the new guy.
Yeah.
I
They got
mean,
a
that's
second and
going
third unit coming behind them, though.
Williams, the other
Yeah, think
Williams
about it.
guy. They got a lot of
But
guys.
when we talked about it, Lou, I said it like, if they run, you can possibly beat that team. But the moment the Bulls slow the game down and you can't do what you
It,
normally do,
it's gonna get hard for
it's gonna
sure.
get tough, bro. Especially
It
with
is.
the so
You got Scott, you got Ron and Jordan defending
not just that,
SGA.
but you also have the today's rules that you playing by.
Now, if it's today's rules, that can give him some
Like
help.
you not really, bro. They gonna be running up and down the court all day like that. Them guys were
Yeah.
like those guys are the. I think the strength may have been the same or a lot. They were a lot tougher back then, but the strength of them guys may have been may be the same. But toughness, that era, nah, these guys they would run with these
No,
guys until they just beat them
I
up.
think that these guys aren't as tough as those guys, but as far as size, they're bigger than the guys back in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah, but I'm
100%.
just saying like
They
running
bigger
up
than
and
the
down the
guy.
court to them like to Mike and them like that ain't shit. That
Well,
ain't
they
shit. Remember they
because
had to deal with KG at that time. They had to deal with the Lakers
ooh,
at the time. Remember, and KG told the story.
Harper.
KG
I
told
mean,
the story.
it was a different game back then. Like you had to play with a sense of toughness about you. it's just not the same. Nah, I mean,
And you saw
it's
KG tell
here.
that story. He's like, man, these niggas old, man. These niggas is old. They can't keep up with us. Did you see that
Oh
story?
yeah, yeah,
So man,
yeah.
them
And
niggas is
then Mike,
old,
and
bro.
then
We got them. We got
Mike,
them.
they
He said
did,
Mike
they
was standing there with
did.
his hand on his head, looking at him like, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay.
Cause
All right,
and
big
then
fella.
what was his guy? I forgot the guy. His
Isaiah Ryder.
KG. Yeah, he was guarding Mike. He was like, "Man, KG, why you do that, man? You
He said,
just."
man, Mike, hey, he don't know what he talking about. He said, no, 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 no. It's cool. It's cool.
He went off, man. I mean, man, yeah. I mean, the '90s that was a different era, you know. But I mean, it was like I said, it was just an interesting take. Do I think the Thunder right now? I before I even make it a real discussion, they got to win back to backs.
Often say, yeah, they got to at least get back
They
to
got
back.
to win back to backs, and say they got to win an MVP.
Yeah. I think with that, it just depends on which era you playing in. Like if you play with the '90s or '80s rules, with hand checking and all that stuff, the Bulls gonna get it. But now if it's loosened up, I can see OKC winning it. But also, shit, who gonna guard Jordan with the when you can't grab him and touch him every 5 minutes?
That's what
Like
I'm saying.
he
Like
gonna get the
there are
same
no rules now,
thing
so
like
you're free to
MJ getting
put
that.
you. There are no there. Well, there are rules, so you can't hand check Mike now. You
It's,
can't do none of that stuff that you can't move a guy. I mean, and me and Luke talked about that earlier. You can't put your hand on a guy and guide him where you want him to go. You can't put your forearm or your elbow in a guy's back and push him where you want to go. Like you can't do none of that no more. Like all that's a foul now. So you telling them that they'll just go.
yeah, that flopping shit ain't gonna work.
Ain't none of that. Ain't
Yeah,
none of
back
that.
in that era, it's not going. It
It really depends on the era, really. What rules you play in.
I think Jordan then would have just like, man, get rid of that flopping shit. We don't care about the flopping.
and, and I think,
Oh, you bouncing in and out, Lou.
man, but a lot of teams like um, a lot of teams
You
that
glitching,
if
you
you
glitching,
play
Lou. You
with those
glitching.
rules, I think that could, me personally. But yo, can you hear me?
It's
I can hear you.
lagging.
Yeah, you was lagging
Like,
and glitching. You good?
yeah, I should be.
It seemed like
Probably
you
my
back now,
Wi-Fi.
but for a second you was glitching.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
good.
my bad.
What? No, you good. It ain't, shit happen.
Nah, I was just saying, I think if you playing by those rules, it's a lot of teams that could possibly, beat that Bulls team, in my personal opinion. But I mean, I think that's another discussion for,
Yeah. Spurs pouring it on, man. 112-91 with 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. That move by the De'Aaron Fox.
oh,
That was just crazy. Hey, speaking of what y'all think about DeAndre Ayton with that weak ass chain, man?
Oh, I was gonna bring
That dominating
that
chain. Get that
domination.
weak ass shit out of here,
How you?
bro.
Why you getting the change saying domination? Why you down 0-3 at the time, finna get
Get your
swept?
weak ass out of here, bro.
And then some dude had posted a picture of him and DeAndre Ayton. He was like, DeAndre, so he in the hood with us. Like what the fuck? Like that's why we losing because he in the hood with me. I'm like,
hey,
That nigga
but yeah,
trash.
hey,
That nigga
dude,
garbage,
again,
bro.
he already
hey,
showed you
hey,
where he was
buddy
gonna be.
already put his bet in. He put his bet in already with Vegas.
You know he
He
did.
knew that's how he got his chain.
Hell yeah. He told his cousin. He told his cousin,
Hey,
hey, we gonna get swept this series, man. Put 200,000 on this right here.
hey, the
I give you the money.
NBA
I
finna,
transfer it over.
hey, the NBA finna investigate, buddy.
Hell yeah, I would too. Hey,
Yeah,
this
Uh,
I'm calling the
motherfucker should
police
be at
right now.
least
Like, hey,
he should at least
look
be
Nah,
at
he
this
was
man.
averaging 20
horrible.
and 10, bro.
If you watch that series, that guy was horrible. They should have started Jackson
Why is it
Hayes.
so hard for him to get 20 and 10 though? That's what I don't understand.
He
I
fooling
don't
himself.
get why the Lakers ain't started Jackson Hayes. I would have started him the whole series.
Shit, he had
Facts.
18 that last game off the bench. You right.
Yeah, he went off. We should have been starting.
Facts.
Why did
I
you
would have
have
had Jackson Hayes in
DeAndre?
there.
Why do you have DeAndre Ayton in? This man is horrible. Horrible.
He couldn't even get off in
Horrible.
Portland. Like, that's how I know you was trash. Like, you couldn't even get off in Portland.
Portland or Phoenix. You started out decent in Phoenix, and then you just
Yeah.
the bottom just fell
Fizzled
out your
out
weak
of,
ass.
out of nowhere. I don't know what's going on with that cat, but I mean,
He,
he got
he
to
He be
figure it out.
smoking.
obviously he think he colder than he really is. He think he domination when he not even doing that. I like to play on it with the name. I
I'm
like
not
that,
even gonna
but
blame. I'm not gonna blame it on Smoke. I don't know what
That
he
nigga
might
be
be
smoking
doing
so much, man.
anything.
That nigga fried, bro.
one
You
of
That
my
nigga
know,
fried.
one of my
he
guys
might be doing anything. He might be
I think that
doing
nigga got low
real
self-esteem too,
drugs.
man.
Maybe
I think
so.
Buddy guys got low self-esteem. I don't think he know plays. I don't think he know what the fuck he's supposed to be doing when he out there. You look at him, he be running to the rim. Sometimes it's like he about to run to the locker room. Like Buddy don't know what he be doing half the time he be out there.
yeah,
Man, I
yeah.
I
mean,
ain't
he
never seen a guy that
just.
tall get on the court and be useless, bro. I've never seen that.
Honestly, I think he might have played his way out of the league this year. To be honest,
Damn. I think he at
that's
least
my
I think
opinion.
he'd be a serviceable backup, but if you think he a starter somewhere,
I
Nah,
would let him
he not
start. I
even.
would just let him know
Honestly,
that
I'm
you ain't
not
getting that
even.
many touches.
I wouldn't let him start.
that's
He not
that's the thing
starting
though.
nowhere. That
If you
guy
don't,
is not. He's not a starter. He's not an NBA starter anymore.
I,
Jackson
I tell
Hayes
him you
should
just
have
rim running.
started.
I need
that's
you
the
to
thing
run
though
He's
with
run to
not
the
him.
even
rim.
doing that. He's not doing that. He's gonna warm up that bench. Let's see,
That's
right
it.
on the bench.
That's the thing
That's
with
all.
DeAndre Ayton. He one of those centers that if you don't get him, activated or give him a touches, that he'll check out on your ass.
And that's what he's been doing. It's been looking bad,
Then get him the fuck out
really
of here. Then
bad.
we don't need him now.
I
I
think
feel like
I think Los Angeles is probably gonna move on from him.
Hell yeah.
Try to move on
Whoever
from
the
him.
GM, I forgot the name of the GM. Boy, you be making
Rob
some
Pelinka.
wild moves. Rob Pelinka, I don't know what you was doing when you was putting this team together, bro. It looked like you just said, I'm gonna try to get a bunch of guys 6'7" and up that can hoop and run with LeBron. And the motherfuckers you went and got wasn't it. And y'all still ain't play my
Nah.
boy Westside Connect, who was on the bench suffering while y'all bitch asses out there winning. I mean, losing it, or winning and losing. Y'all could have played my boy, man. He could have made a difference out there. Them motherfuckers out there ain't even trying to hoop, man. Get the fuck out of there, man.
Uh,
Play Westside Connect. I hope he end up somewhere and just go ham out in the league, man. They fuck my guy over like that, man. That motherfucker, he can hoop, bro. Westside
shit,
Connect can hoop.
is he that cold for him to not get any time no tick? I know like
That's that
what
stupid
happened.
ass trade. And now he probably salty. He probably like, man, get me the fuck
I
out of here.
definitely be like, I'm not
he
finna give
I
you
ain't
like
all.
get
playing
me
nothing.
out of here
Hell yeah, I ain't
ASAP.
playing nothing. I ain't showing y'all shit.
I agree with that.
I ain't showing
Get
y'all
back.
shit. Motherfuckers
Get,
know I can hoop.
yeah.
Now, here's the thing, Westside Connect. If you can't hoop and you a busted piece of shit in a flat tire, boy, they gonna talk about your ass. Or they gonna be so happy to see your ass go. And then you gonna have me over here carrying the bag for you. You know what I'm saying? Because I was over here talking, saying that you could really hoop and you dog ass. But we gonna find out though. If the Hornets end up taking you during the summer, whatever happened, you end up on a bull somehow or some shit like that. We gonna find out how good you is, one way or another. What's next, Keith?
Uh,
121 to 93 with a minute and 50 seconds left.
damn.
Game
30 piece.
over.
Yeah, man.
Give him that 30 piece.
Yeah.
But shit.
And Minnesota might make it a series and it's pushed to 7. I think
Yeah,
they're
they
gonna
just had a
push.
bad game. Look, it starts
They're
off
gonna
now. It's
push
just
to
1-0
7.
now. It's 1-0. But hey, all they need, all Spurs need is one more win. I'm sure they can do better than the motherfucking Boston Celtics.
What you think they're
Disappointing
gonna?
ass motherfuckers.
What you
Huh?
think? I mean, do you think Jalen Brown going on stream talking about the series and all that, and the refs put a bad taste in the Celtics' mouth? You think they're gonna
I don't
keep?
think none of that because what he was saying was that I had the best season I ever had based on the fact that my main guy wasn't here. My ride or die wasn't here. I got that far and I did that much without that guy being here. You understand what I'm saying? So this was my best season. Not the team. This was my best season.
My
I showed that
best
I could
season.
lead.
Yeah, I mean, I get where he was coming from with that, but
Yeah.
it's that's just something that you just I mean, just being a former athlete, I mean, I wasn't to that level. I mean, just being in college, but
Yeah,
I believe that it's certain things that you shouldn't say. If you know what I'm saying, like it's just that's one of those things. It's like you don't say. Like as an athlete, you always should give praise to your teammates. No, realistically, no matter how many accolades you get, it's just like a humbleness thing. You know what I mean? Like, um, and I just think he just kind of went overboard because it was like a real selfish thing to do, as a player. And I feel like Jaylen Brown could have went about it a little bit better or worded it differently, I would
yeah,
say, because he had a phenomenal season this year, MVP season, all that. Like, I mean, but regardless of that season that you had, you still got your guys and your teammates, and you won a championship with a lot of those guys currently that's on that team. So for you to say what you said, you and how you said it, that was the problem, and you should have worded that what he said differently, you know. But that's my opinion on that.
I think it
That's
was
my
okay. I
take on
just
that.
think
So,
everybody just overreact because that's the media and that's what the fuck they do. That man had a great season. Everybody already spoke on it. Lou, you spoke on it. Too Tall, you spoke on it. I spoke on it. We already said the same stuff. Everybody said the same thing. He was just speaking on himself. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Look, I'm on my podcast. If you don't like the shit, turn the motherfucking station on. Turn the platform off. Go do something else. I'm just speaking on what I did during the course of the season. I had a great season. The guy that everybody liked that shoots all the threes wasn't here. I was a
yeah.
lockdown defender when I needed to be at times, not all the time. I played both ends of the ball. I played both sides of the ball. I was I was here for the majority of the games. I was injured a few times here and there, and then I had some dogs that was riding with me. I had Derek Wright and Peyton Pritchard and all those guys on the squad that were there for me, and they helped push this thing over the hump. Hauser or Huser, whatever his name is. Like all those guys were there to help me get this thing over the hump. And we got all the way up to the number three.
126 to 97.
Yeah,
Sheesh.
we got all the way to the end, and we got our ass bust by the motherfucking weak ass 76ers, which bothers the fuck out of me. But
The alien wins again.
yeah, but they had a decent season. So for him to say that, man, hey,
Man.
he just want to pat himself on the back. Hey, rarely do we ever see players do that, man. Unless you, no, I ain't gonna even.
Like I
I'm not gonna
said,
get
I
into.
mean, personally, bro, like it's just a rule of thumb as an athlete, no matter how good of a season you have, it's like I know it's like you want to crown yourself, but ultimately you don't want to put the shine on you. You want to put that spotlight on your guys. And
Facts.
you have to operate that accordingly because your guys gonna take that in a certain way. You know what I mean? Like it's like, dang, bro, like we was a part of everything that you did. You was the catalyst that made the engine go, but we was all a part of that though too.
Ooh,
You
but
get what
all
I'm
he gotta do
saying?
is just shout them out and let them know, like, hey, no, these guys contributed to me having a great season. But this, for me, this is my best season because I
Yeah, and
had to
that's why I
be
said
the
it's
leader
the
of
way
men.
how he worded it. He should have worded that differently in terms of how because it was right. And then on top of that, it was timing. You got to understand a lot of these things that these athletes say, it be timing. The timing may be bad.
Yeah,
You know,
that
he did it right after
yeah,
the 76ers
the next
series.
day.
Yeah. So it was horrible timing for you to
Yeah,
True.
say
True.
this was the best season that I had because it just
Bro, you
looked
at
selfish.
home.
that's
Mm.
my
Yeah.
I agree with you. Like the time was like kind of like maybe give it a week or two or more because it's literally not even 12, 24 hours. It's probably like 12 hours later that he talked about that game. But like I didn't mind him saying that was his favorite season. Like I agree. Like because let's be real, when we knew that Tatum was gonna play most of the season, I mean we maybe had the Celtics probably seven, eight seed, maybe six at the
Bottom of the
highest.
barrel because we talked about it.
But then they started off like what two? They started off like 2-18 or something like that. They was down bad, and for him to take that team, put
Two
him
and
on his
18.
back, some shit like that. Like it wasn't a good like they was down at the bottom, and then like two, let's say 2-12. I can say that confidently that was about 2-12 at one point. But he brought them back up to a number two seed throughout the season, MVP like numbers, MVP like season, and I think like yeah, people expect him to say the championship year and him win MVP in the finals be his favorite year. But like I feel like that was his that was that series when he got the MVP for finals. That was him like, oh, I know I can be the man. I know I can be that guy on both ends.
On
So
both, yeah. I mean, he. The thing is, Jalen Brown is and it's undeniable. We know you could be an alpha and you could be a one on a team, but in
yeah,
terms of the Celtics ain't never really ever operated that way. I mean, even with you go look at the old stars on the Celtics, the Paul Pierces, the Larry Birds, they was the guys, but they always had other guys, and they always mentioned the other guys. That's just the Celtic way.
yeah,
So if you're not operating within that Celtic way, they're gonna get you. They're gonna ship you up out of there. And honestly, that's what I think was coming with him. I'm gonna just be honest. As the guy wants his own team. He's like it's almost to the point where it's like he's begging to have his own team. Like, give me my team.
he,
So I mean, because you don't do stuff like that and not want your own team. You don't do stuff like that
yeah,
after a series loss the day after and say, this is my best season.
Yeah.
Listen, we gonna get you up out of here. We gonna package up a deal and we gonna send you somewhere nice where you wanna be and you could be the guy there. So that's simple.
shit.
We'll see.
I think really me honestly him being him like he very pro black. He know how the city of Boston is. I don't think he want to be the like live in that city and represent that city. Like, all right, hey, I gave y'all a championship. I took y'all to the conference finals and the finals multiple times. My job here is done. And maybe he want his own team. He want to be that guy. He want to be Jalen Brown, where he could be like, all right, he can be that all star, superstar level. So I think as much as he
And y'all said me and this guy would never work. Y'all said we would never be able to work on the same team together.
Yeah, true. They was trying to they tried to trade him and or trade them separate them so many times before the championship.
You know?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I can see him getting moved. Like if he really wants to, he's like, I'm out. Like, let me get up out of here.
Well, and
Get
that's the
up.
thing because saying something like that kind of promotes to certain people that you may want to get up out of there, like that you may actually be looking for a chance to get up out of there. So if that's the situation, they may just start looking around for other suitors that may want to take you as a take you on as another piece to a team. But if that's not the situation for him, then it's it's him going to management going, hey, I was just speaking on myself in the season that I was having. I didn't mean that literally like, hey, this is the best season and best time for me to leave. It was just me saying like I had a hell of a season without JT. And because I was able to carry this team and I had these guys ride with me and they believed in me, like this for me, let me know that I can, that I am what I say I am. I am a leader of men. I am a consistent player and a consistent force and a force multiplier out there on the court. That that's it. But if they start looking into that thinking that he don't want to be there, the motherfuckers hey, yeah, give us that Atlanta, give us every piece you got, and we'll just drop him off with a bow tie on him, and he'll be down there with nobody. He'd be down there with Joe Johnson and a couple other guys, Josh Smith. They have to bring their asses back and let them hoop with them or something like that. So you just gotta be careful of shit like that. Now I do agree, but while he was just saying, "Hey man, I just had a hell of a season," them motherfuckers may look at that and go, "Oh, so you think you one of them, huh?"
And I'm not really mad at him going on stream talking about like Melo said the best on his 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. Like You said, why would I want to sit here in front of 10 to 15 reporters that don't give no fuck about me or like can twist my words and stuff? I can go on my own platform and talk about this and get my own views and stuff. But shit, either way, if you did it there or here or on your own shit, they're gonna twist your words either way or make it a big deal like you want
They
to
are,
leave
but
and
you
stuff.
at liberty to say it on your own platform. If they don't like it, they can always come and ask you to give an in-depth breakdown or analysis of what it is that you were trying to say. So they won't twist your words up because they will do that anyway because they don't
Yeah,
care. But you can
exactly.
always say, look, that's not what I meant. I meant it like this. This is what I was trying to say. But for a guy like him who is very, very smart, he knows what he's saying and he knows what he's doing. This is a $300 million player as well. So if he don't want to be there no more, they will figure out a way to get him up out of there and get something good for him. So
A
it
hundred
don't take
percent.
much.
100%.
True, true. I mean,
A great
that's it.
player. Like I said, it's nothing against Jalen Brown. Hey, if he Jalen Brown, you come across the podcast, man. I like you as a player, man. But hey, it's time for you to do your thing, man. You got it. It's You showed us this shit. You could be that guy, and shoot, I believe you. Shoot, you can go to another team, but I don't think Boston is a situation for him. So
It may
get
be.
up out
I
of
think
there.
he should stay
Get
there,
up out of
man. But I
there, bro.
also think that JT is about to luck up on that fucking big ass bag. I know he what next up for like 400 million or something like that.
Yeah,
Is he?
give him.
But I often ask, like, do you think he gonna be back right
Well,
like he
yeah,
was
I was
before?
gonna say yeah, because with that injury, I
Achilles,
mean, they might be,
he ain't
and
getting
then
no younger.
they might be leaning more towards Jalen Brown
That's what I
with it.
said. Like he ain't going nowhere. We just gave you 300 million, 330 million. We just
Yeah,
gave you that a year or two ago.
Yeah,
We won another championship about your ass. Come on, you got work to do. We ain't going nowhere with dude.
I
Unless
nope.
mean,
there's
we'll
something
see.
else, unless there's another
It
avenue
seemed
to take that they see they can make more money off of it.
it seemed like he's just trying to force his hand, though.
Nah, man. He just saying I'm having a good season. That's all. That's all, ladies and gentlemen. Don't read into that shit so much. That man just saying that I had a great season, man. He ain't trying to
That's
get
all.
up out
That's
there.
it.
He ain't trying to get up out of there. He said himself that he want to create Black Wall Street in Boston. So I don't think he's trying to get up out of there.
They might try to get him up out of there, though.
Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
We'll
Shit.
see.
What's next on the docket?
Shit, that's it on my end with the topics. Unless y'all want to get into something else or Lou got something he want to talk about, get off his chest.
Uh, I
Oh,
mean, I didn't really. I mean, I almost was gonna ask. I was gonna bring up. Have we heard anything about the rookie camp for the Bears?
oh
I
yeah.
don't know if anybody heard anything about it.
Mm-mm.
Um,
Any information on it?
they saying the safety that we drafted from Oregon, he looking like the real deal as far as like leadership, and he want to take that, be that guy for us on the back end with Kobe Bryant.
Mm.
We signed this white boy receiver from Pitt. He used to be with
Yeah, I
Pittsburgh,
seen that receiver.
Scotty
Yeah,
Miller, but I remember him from Tampa Bay. He could
Tampa
be a
Bay. Yeah.
solid 4 or 5 receiver guy on the team. But we
Gonna be a
actually,
depth
oh
guy.
yeah, one of the guys we signed as a off season like undrafted free agent, Squirrel Thomas, I think he retired. So this man was a rookie, about to be a rookie, and he even played not even a mini camp yet, and he retired. I'm like, Bears are
Wait,
getting
was
on.
that the guy? Was that running back?
He was like, I want to
It was
say he
a
was
running
like,
back. He just retired. It was a guy literally just did the same exact thing, which is crazy. It's
yeah. So
crazy.
with him and then bro, dude that we Dolman, him retiring our center.
Yeah, that was.
I'm like,
But I mean, the guy that we picked up in the draft.
yeah, like literally just got him under undrafted
Hey,
free agent, and he just retired, bro.
that guy. I'm
They keep
telling you,
finding
he's gonna
motherfuckers that
be a
don't love the
stud,
game.
man.
To me, they find motherfuckers that don't love the game like they said they was gonna find.
Oh, feel
Mm.
like
Lagging again.
Yeah, I don't know what he talking
a
about.
lot of these guys, though, you see him. Yeah, it was a running back. He was signed to the Dolphins. His name was Le'Veon Moss.
Mm.
No, is it lagging?
It
Go
was
ahead, keep
lagging.
talking.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
Yeah, okay, my bad. Um, yeah, it was a running back, Le'Veon Moss, who signed with the Dolphins. He went to Texas A&M. He retired
Damn.
literally today.
That's
Like he
crazy.
didn't even play a snap
That's
at
crazy.
camp, nothing. Like I mean, I think you're gonna see a lot more of that in the coming days, and then because you gotta think about it, players now. These NIL deals, some of these NIL deals is some money. It's some money now. So I mean,
Yeah.
depending on what they saw and how these players are investing their monies, you never know. So I mean, they may be looking at opportunities like I don't need the
Yeah,
NFL. You know
yeah.
what I
They may
mean?
just
So
try to get that first couple games check or first year check. They say, "Shit, I already had the NIL. I'm out the way, man. Yeah, I can have all this. I'm good. I'm good. I ain't about to break my back or my arm for you mofos. Knowing that y'all don't care about me. I want to take this little bitty money, man, and get up out the way."
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad I'm happy I was born 1990. I was able to witness the 90s and early 2000s. But I do wish I was born a little bit later to get some of that NIL money, or at least like if I would known going to grammar school and high school, like I get potential to make some money and earlier than NBA or college, I would definitely went a little bit harder on the basketball tip. Take
Yeah,
it a little more
man,
serious.
I feel like the same way with football, for myself. I mean, I feel like the NIL money, and I got, I mean, we ain't gonna discuss all that and disclose all the
Ah,
info on that, but we gotta shoot, on that. But I know if today they throwing around some bags, and it would have been a
for
whole
sure,
lot different,
Man,
for
So
sure.
I would have loved that, if only I would have been born maybe like
man.
10 years later, after 90, after the 90s, I would have been good. Would have been on them 2000s.
Man,
Babies, man, but it's all good. I'm happy for the players, man. They getting their honest.
Hell yeah,
We
it's
should have
about
got
time. It's
paid back.
overdue. That shit overdue.
We should have got
shout,
paid back then,
shout out to Ed O'Bannon.
and what we every little dollar and dime we got, it was worth it, because it's a lot, when you playing that game. It's a lot when you put your body on the line
That's a fact. That's a
it's a
fact.
lot, So it's a lot of damage, all type of stuff, So you gotta take that with a grain of salt, and just they like I said, they was like you said, brother. Oh, they was what they overdue for it.
Yeah,
So
they are.
yeah,
And I wonder about them doing this new deal. Like, will they go back and like break off some of the old players that whether they made it to the league or they didn't or they started their own business.
that would be love. That would
Yeah,
be
I wonder if they will
love.
go back and like break some of these guys off because those guys are the start of that shit. Like these guys are only playing because they saw the former guys, the history of it.
But
These guys go to North Carolina and they went to Duke and they went to
but
USC and stuff like that.
I do think they're gonna have to structure it a little bit in terms of how they're giving out the money
Mhm.
because I think it's also making the product weaker. And that's also because of the transfer portal. Because these players ain't staying at schools and developing
Mhm.
as
Nah, yeah,
athletes, so they bouncing around to all these different schools for bags. But where does the okay, I'm gonna sit here because this is the school for me, and that's gonna get me to the league, or maybe you don't want the league, but maybe you might be just chasing the bag, you know.
Yeah.
So who knows? But
They,
whatever it is, they gonna have to figure out a way to kind of fix that because I feel like the development of the player has gone down a lot
yep.
more. I see a lot more sloppy play in college football than I did years before because the players ain't developed. They don't got enough time. They're not there at the schools long enough. As soon as if you at a mid major, let's say you have a great season, you got a FBS like a top school hitting you up in the portal asking you to transfer for a few $1 million.
Yeah.
So it's like, nah, is that the right thing to do, or should you probably stay at that school you at and kind of develop a little bit more before you go? You know, maybe go your junior and your senior year, but after your freshman year, like it's things like that that I feel like they need the NCAA is gonna have to take into effect because I see some players that benefit from the NIL, but then in terms of the development, it's players that have regressed because of that. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like they may have started off hot out the gate, but they started going hell or that, and then they just got worse and worse and worse. You know, so it's
True.
like the development is you starting to see less of that in the NCAA, and then it's like in the NFL, they want you to come in already ready now. It ain't no, are you sitting and you finna sit behind this guy and learn? You're not doing that no
They
more in
want
the
you hot as
league.
they want you as hot as a microwave can be right
Especially as a
now.
quarterback.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the thing now.
especially
Like
though.
quarterback not being able to, develop,
Yep.
and it's like even
They
from
want
college or like in
they don't
NFL,
even
like
want you to develop. They want you to have it right away.
they give you 2 years,
You
three
gotta be
max, and then
that
if you ain't
guy,
got it by then, you gone.
that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I,
Real quick, just in case you guys didn't know, rest in peace, Brandon Clark.
yes,
Um,
sir.
I'm not sure what happened
Oh
to
yeah,
him,
for the
but
Memphis Grizzlies, yeah,
yeah,
they said.
yeah,
Possible
Yeah, they said
overdose.
it was over. Yeah, it could possibly be could have been drugs involved. We don't
20,
know.
yeah.
29 years old,
Just
man. Young.
praying for his family. My condolences go out to the young brother,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
and
Same.
yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy. I saw
it's
that like
never good
29.
to lose life.
Yeah. 30 years
Fucked
old,
up.
29 years old. Real quick on the boxing side, the fight that happened over the weekend, the main event was Fabian Wardley versus Daniel Dynamite Dubois. It went 10, 11 rounds. I think it may have went to the 12th round. I can't remember. It was a decent fight. Um, it's typical UK fighters, man. They blood and guts guys. I shouldn't say that, so, but these guys have a good boxing acumen that can get them to a certain level. But um, I expect more from Daniel Dubois after he has suffered defeats at the hands of Usyk, and then his last few fights where he fought Anthony Joshua. He knocked out Anthony Joshua, whatever it was. I think it was a stoppage or something like that. So he was able to put him away. This fight, he didn't use his jab effectively like I thought it would. I thought he would take his jab and use it more to go to the body and to the head, and he didn't really do that. Like it's a ramrod jab. It's a real hard, tough jab, and he should have used that more so to the body and to the head to make sure that he kept Fabian Wardley's hands busy and kept him flinching and clenching up, and using his feints. That was another thing that Daniel Dubois did not do well. I think they should go back to the drawing board and make sure that he's aware of what he's doing and when he's trying to set up his shots. It was clear that he was trying to nail Wardley with the right hand, but I think he should have also set it up with right hands to the body, jabs to the body, or left hooks to the body. I think he could have got that knockout a lot sooner. Top marks to Daniel Dubois for fighting through here. He was knocked down once or twice. Twice, I think he was knocked down twice during that fight. I don't think he was ever hurt too bad during those times that he was knocked down. I just think that he was caught off balance, and it just showed his gamesmanship, his toughness, his bravery, his courage that he was able to get back up. As they say in the UK, It showed that he has bottle. You know what I mean? That he could get back up, and he could stick to the fight and stick to the game plan and come back in there and whoop on this guy's head until the fight was stopped. He busted the guy's nose. I think the nose might have been broken. He swelled up his eye. That eye socket might have been broken as well on Wardley. But he gave him a really good whooping. And in the end, the fight was stopped after Wardley couldn't keep his balance in the last 3 or 4 rounds. Like he was clearly shaken up and he could barely walk. Then when I was listening to what they were saying earlier on another a podcast about boxing, but they were sitting there talking about it, they were saying, man, his trainer couldn't he said he didn't pay attention. He didn't notice that Wardley's balance was gone. And I was looking at it, I was like, it was very clear to see, but because they were probably in the moment, he was probably just trying to get some. He was probably just trying to get a wrap on the back of his neck, get him settled down. That he didn't pay attention to it. But I think when your fighter is really hurt, you really know that he's hurt. You're just expecting him to turn on to a different gear and do something that he's never done before, and what was asked of him or what he thought that he could dig deep enough to get, Wardley was only able to get up to a certain level and put out that product. But Daniel Dubois was just he was just he was just steamroll. He was trying his best to steamroll him, but he was trying to set up shots and like just rough him up at the same time and keep him off balance. So in the end, Wardley lost the fight. Daniel Dubois did a decent job of boxing him and setting up his right hands. But I think he needs to go back to the drawing board. And him and his coach, he has one of the best coaches out there. I think they need to go back and work on, setting up those shots to the body and throwing that overhand right. It's clear that that's what he wants to do, but there's ways to set these punches up. And if you go look at the old Tommy Hearns, Tommy the Hitman, Motor City Cobra Hearns, if you go back and look at his fights, you never saw his right hand coming. It was always jab, feint, jab, jab to the body, feint. You never saw it. He was always flinching at his nose. He was always doing something. You was always putting your hands up. And then right when you got comfortable, oh, he ain't gonna throw it. And he did like that, and you didn't flinch. You know what I'm saying? He would come over the top and he would nail you with it. So if you go back and watch his fight against Roberto Duran or uh, a lot of those fights he had, even when he got older, he was fighting at 160. You never saw his right hand. You never saw the right hand coming. So his fight against Pepino Cuevas, and even when he knocked down, he broke Ray's eye socket, or he knocked Ray down a couple of times in that second fight that they had. It was clear to see that you don't see that hand coming, and he's not telegraphing it. You never see it. Like it's very well hid before he throws it. So I think that's just something that him and his coach Charles should go back and to the drawing board and make sure that they do hide the right hand, but be use the able left hand. Use your jab and your feints and everything else. Use educated feints with your feet and with your shoulders. That's what your whole body is for, to make sure that they don't see the punches coming. So that's all that I got. For now, we just look forward to seeing if Anthony Joshua will fight Deontay Wilder. We wait to see if Tyson Fury will fight Anthony Joshua.
I think
Just
they
waiting on
said
those fights.
I think they said they trying to put the Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua together. From
Good,
what I've been
good,
hearing. Yeah.
good. I
I
look
don't
forward to
think that
that.
I don't think the Wilder, I still don't think we're gonna get that.
I think
That's
we'll
the
get it.
one. I think that's the one everybody wanna see, but we'll see.
To the fighters, if you sign with Zuffa, remember, if you go over to Zuffa and you sign with them as a boxer, you're going under Dana White's brand. You're going under what they want to do. So if you want to get multi-million-dollar fights, you're not gonna get that over there. They're gonna sign you the same way they had everybody else in the UFC. You're gonna get those bad deals. The Zuffa belt don't mean nothing. Just like the WBC, WBO, IBF, and the WBA. Those belts don't mean as much, but they hold more credence because of the history of boxing. That's why those belts mean so much. But it's not the belts that matters. It's the greatness and the legacy that each fighter holds. And if you go over there and y'all think y'all gonna get paid with them guys, y'all not. Y'all gonna make the minimum money that all them guys over there is making. Nothing's gonna change. You not don't expect to get these crazy paydays that y'all get now. Expect to be awarded what Dana White thinks that you deserve or has earned, and that's $1 million. Even the brother, what's his name? Francis Ngannou. He left. He said, man, my highest payday was a couple $1 million. I did one fight in boxing for Tyson Fury, and I made 10 times as much as I already had been making. So just think about that. When y'all go over there, y'all not getting the biggest bankroll. Y'all going over there and y'all may get the best fights made. And remember, Turkey Al Sheikh is over there with them too, making those deals. So if he can get y'all under control as well and stop paying y'all all this money that he's shelving out to y'all, he gonna cut all that shit. So make sure that y'all make a decision and say, I'll go over here and I may do 1 or 2 fights, but I'm going back over here to PBC and I'm going back over here to Frank Warren and Queensberry boxing promotion, and the zone. I'm gonna stay over here with these guys, Eddie Hearn boxing. I'm gonna stay over here with these guys. But for now, I just want to get the biggest fights that I can, and I'm gonna go after these legacy fights to make sure that my legacy is secured. But you can't go over there and expect that you're gonna make the best out of it and think that y'all gonna get the money. They don't care about y'all like that. If y'all want the best money, stay where y'all at right now. Because they gonna go over there. What they want to do, and I don't mind it. They want to regulate boxing, but they want to regulate boxing in the best manner for them, not for you, for them. Dana White made that $1 billion company by making sure that y'all didn't get paid. John Jones and them they didn't get paid that well. Conor McGregor got paid because he had a nation behind him. He had the Irish. He had everybody from Ireland supporting him. That's what made his cachet bigger. So y'all don't have that. A lot of y'all don't have that. A lot of y'all are American fighters, and y'all fighting for the most money that they can put on the table for y'all. So just remember that when y'all go there and y'all signing them deals and y'all saying y'all gonna sign for 3 years for 20 million or whatever it is. Remember, Bob Arum was already doing that. Bob Arum was always the launching platform for Sugar Ray Leonard, for Roy Jones, for Floyd Mayweather. They all said the same thing. Yo, after a while, when you get done with your first contract, you're done over there. You have to make sure that you look out for yourself after that. Miguel Cotto, all those guys signed to top rank for a while. For a while, even Bud Crawford was signed to him. And after a while, they realized that yo, I can make more money if I get from under these contracts. So just letting y'all know, Roy Jones is out there saying the same thing. So just be careful of the information that y'all taking and that y'all a part of. I don't want there to be 4 belts out there. I really don't. I want there to be only 1 or 2 championship belts out there. But there's 4 or 5 out there. But if y'all go over there to them dudes, don't expect them to treat y'all the way that y'all been getting treated now. So that's all I got on the boxing tip. Errol
Yep.
Spence fights in July 25th against Tim Zoo. That should be a barn burner. I think that's going to be a fight where 2 guys are just going to clash, and we're going to find out who has the ultimate will instead of skill. That's about it. Our heavyweight champion is Jared Anderson, and I don't really think that not champion. Our best heavyweight out there is Jared Anderson, and I don't think that he's going to come back to boxing or he cares that much about boxing because he's more. His mentality is kind of fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's not to be disrespectful, but I don't think he's all the way there mentally. So he may be done with boxing within uh within this year. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he wants to box anymore. I should say it that way. Usyk is still the heavyweight champion. He'll be fighting Verhoeven in a couple months. I think if people say why would he take a fight like that because he don't fought all the best fighters already, and he probably like yo let me make a bunch of money fighting somebody that don't nobody give a fuck about. I done fought Anthony Joshua twice. I done fought Daniel Dubois twice. I done fought Tyson Fury twice. Only person I haven't fought, Deontay Wilder. So y'all get ready to line them up for me as well. So we live in an era of boxing where the heavyweights aren't that good, and the best weight classes that we would like to be great they're not looking that good either at 147 and 160. But yeah, I know my favorite is David Benavidez, the monster, and he been putting belt taps, and you know what I'm saying. He been really taking care of these guys in the ring. And I don't see nobody beating him until he gets his fight with Dimitri Bivol. I think that'll be the one fight that puts him to the test because that's the ultimate boxer versus the ultimate puncher and brawler. So we'll see what happens on that end right there. That's all I got.
So,
That's it.
look, watch out for my White Sox. They on the come up right now, and then
Okay. Sure.
Yes,
also
yes, sir.
they supposed to be releasing the NFL schedule. I think tomorrow, but they talk
Yeah,
about
some of them
they,
already dropped. They got
yeah,
so well, not the whole. They got like the big games.
few of them, yeah. But the one I'm looking for is who the Bears gonna play week 1. Everybody keeps saying it's gonna be us versus the Seahawks, or who the Seahawks gonna
Yeah,
play
that's what I
week
heard.
1,
Yeah.
and it might be us. So I'm kind of I want to
I mean,
ease
they
on it.
lost a lot. They lost a lot of guys though.
Yeah, they're
Seahawks
about
lost
like
a
it's
lot
different
of
team.
guys.
It ain't the same exact team. They lost Kenneth Walker. They lost Kobe
Yes.
Bryant. It'll be
Kobe
Wow.
Bryant, Tyreek Woolen, they lost a lot of guys on
So
that
that's what I'm saying.
team.
We
Like,
So
I would like to
trust
see
me.
them.
But
It would like
they
it be.
lost a D lineman. They lost a lot.
so
Trust, they
they ain't
lost a lot of
expecting to
people.
go back to no Super Bowl then. All right, cool.
Yeah, so it'll
Yeah.
be a good measuring stick for the week 1 game. But I would like to ease my way into the season with a few wins for this. But it don't matter. We gonna run this shit anyway. So
I think the
bear down,
Bears gonna
motherfuckers.
be good. Yeah, that'd be good.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, with that said, remember the mission statement when you're striving for greatness. God never puts you in the driver's seat if it's taken. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Sports Punch. My co-host this time around was Lou, brother Lou, Groovy Lou, and the usual suspect is Keep Too Tall. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Drive safely. We are done here. Good night in this motherfucker.
Yeah, sir.